I told you Aston would join us as well.
It's fine. We are now live. Hello, and welcome to our pillar training on Monday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. My name's Leanne Murphy, and I'm one of the Black Status presenters with Unique. Joining us tonight is Katie Stones. I'm really excited for this one because I have heard Katie now speak on a couple of times, and she also did some training for the leaders not so long ago, and she's absolutely amazing on tonight's topic. Now, we are on week 2 of pillar training, and I'm just going to explain and give a little bit of a brief overview as to what that is, because I know we've got lots of new team members that are joining us on these calls weekly, and we're kind of halfway through. So you've probably seen with your leaders, your elite leaders, or your Black Status upline, that your training and your getting started is based around what we call the 4 pillars to success. Now, there's 4 elements to that, which is pillar 1, personal development, pillar 2, your customers, pillar 3, sponsoring, and pillar 4, events. Now, we believe that if you do them 4 elements consistently, that your business will be successful. And each week we're trying to bring to you training surrounding one of them elements. So obviously we're on week 2, we're on customers. There's different ways to find your customers. You can do online parties, you've got your social media, which is online, you've got home parties, etc. Now, Katie is an absolute rock star at consistently bringing her PRS in, and she's built her business with customers offline. And the way Facebook is behaving at the minute, with keep throwing people in jail and a little bit unsurety on personal profiles, I believe that Katie's training tonight is going to be invaluable, because if you can get them customers built up offline, if anything ever happened to your social media, God forbid, we'd all die if our Facebooks got taken away. But if anything did ever happen to your social media, you have got customers offline as well as online. So I am just going to, as well, for those who logged on last week, we had some really bad technical difficulties with Olga delivering the personal development training. So I apologise for that, but obviously we got that training delivered to you, and it was posted in Fabulash group, and then the leaders shared it into their group. So my apologies for that. But we're here, we've done a test run, we are ready to go, and I'm going to hand you over now to the lovely Katie. I've got my notepad and pen ready.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Hi, everybody. It's a little bit different to how I would normally do training. I've never actually done one like this before, but I'm going to get cracking straight away. So the first thing I'm going to say is go out and grab a notepad if you haven't got one already, and a pen. The training that I'm going to deliver today, I've broken down into 3 sections for you. So we've called it Promote, Prospect and PRS, because to me, those 3 go hand in hand. Now, I've been in customer service for, well, since the first year I started working. I was working at like 13, 14-year-old. My first job was in Barrett's, the shoe shop. I did a YTS training scheme there, so that was all customer service related. I then went on to Marks and Spencer's and a few various other, big chain outlets. So customer service plays a big part in my life. So I've kind of evaluated and changed the way that I do my sales to fit the modern day technology, but not ruling Facebook out and social media out at all. But for me, like, I would say 75 to 80% of my PRS comes from people who I do not know, people who I've never met before, people who I've found through ways that I'm going to explain how I do it. So if you've got a pen and you've got some paper, we're going to start with promotion. Now, to me, forget Facebook. We're talking everything other than social media from now. So if you're posting your pictures on Facebook and Instagram and things like that, we're moving aside. So we're taking it right back to old school, because believe it or not, this kind of business was around a long, long time before Facebook came. So we're starting off with promotion. So promotion, prospecting and PRS. So promotion first is a big, big thing. Now, have a really open mind, and being self-employed, you need to reinvest back into your business. Now, it's totally up to you how much you put into your business. For me, I do 20% of whatever I've taken the previous month. So regardless of whether it was, £5,000 or £20,000 or £200, I would put 20% of my income after you've took your tax off back into the business. And a lot of that goes on promotional aspects. So thinking outside of the box, I'm not just talking walking about with your jumper on. I have got loads of notes. These are the things that I do on a daily basis. These are the things that bring people direct to my website. Now, if you have or you haven't, I don't know if some of you have yet, ever had the email and you check your email and it says somebody's just placed an order on your website. It is the best feeling in the world. You jump about from chair to chair. You're so excited. You're screaming from the rooftops, oh my God, somebody's just placed an order direct on my website. It's a great feeling. So to have that quite consistently and get paid while you sleep without actually putting the order through yourself at 11 o'clock to get paid, it's good. But people need to know who you are. They need to know how to get to your website, and you need to get your name out there. So ideas for promoting outside of social media. The one big thing, when I mention this to people, they go, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Now, we all go food shopping. Now, talking to the cashier, of course, it's a lovely colour lipstick you've got on. Do you mind if I ask where it's from? You just so happen to have your hoodie on and your bag there, with your Blitz cards and things like that. But I've got a 6-foot banner. Now, I'm not talking a floor to ceiling, I'm talking a 6-foot long banner. I got it from printabanner.com, printabanner.com. If you've got your own personal branding, they will, if you just email them a picture of your branding, they will make that up for you. It cost me £32, and it just so happens to reach the front, from the front passenger side to the driver's side of my car. So when I'm at Asda, it goes across the front of my window screen and it's just left there. So everybody who walks past my car sees my website, sees my email address, sees my mobile number, they see my photo, they see the logo. So instantly you're reaching out to so many more people. Kids clothing, take advantage of your children, guys. You can get them a little hat, you can get them a t-shirt. My mum does the best mascara in the world, and then on the back ask her how. Whether you go into the play area, the fun shack, pop them in them for nursery, and for when you've got sports day, get your advertisements out there as much as you can. Activities, we all take children swimming, we all go to the cinema, we all go places on a daily basis. I'm not talking work, but more social activities. You need to get yourself some Blitz cards. You can get them from our direct website on the Presenter Supplies website. You can get them from Scan It Media, I think they call it. They are cheap as chips. The more you buy, the cheaper they are. You should always have at least 10 Blitz cards in your bag, because you never ever know when they're going to come up. I'm not going to look at the comments because I'm going to get really distracted, but I will answer some questions at the end. When you take your kids swimming, you've got your lockers after lockers after lockers. Slide some cards in. Even if the cleaner comes in and takes them all back out, that's fine. At least the cleaner's seen them. The cleaner probably wears makeup. There's another one, hotels and events and things like that. Now, recently I attended and spoke at Helen Wright's event in January, pretty much on this same subject. And there was, I think there was about 10 of us, 9 or 10 of us girls from the team down there. And of course we went to the hotel and we drove down at the service stations and things like that. And we went out for dinner on the night, and I gave the cashier a card, and I explained to her why we were in Birmingham, because you make conversations. When I walked out, the girls on the team were like, oh my God, you've just blitzed that lady in the restaurant. And I said, why wouldn't you? Like, you need to tell as many people as you can outside in the real world, just exactly who you are and what you do. One of the big things that I was talking about when I did the training in the leadership group with Louise White not long ago was charity events. You see all over Facebook, we're holding a charity event for so-and-so. You could donate, whether it's a catalogue and a £20 YCash voucher. You could donate a mascara, obviously using your YCash, or your 20% or 10%, whatever it is you're going to reinvest. The more people, again, who hear about it, if you can imagine there's, some charity ball, for example, and you've got 300, 400, 500 people there, attending this ball, and they're going through the raffle prize, and we've got raffle number 6 there, kindly donated by Katie Beauty Booze. You've got a £20 voucher to spend on our website. Now, whether that person who wins will obviously get the gift, but you've also just told another 499 people who you do not know who you are. Do you know what I mean? So that's another little thing there, another little tip. Radio shout outs are a big, big, big one. Have you ever been driving in the car and you hear, we've got Kelly and she's at home, she's just doing the cleaning, it's a sunny Sunday, she's about to go out in the garden, can you play track number 1, blah, blah, blah. That kind of shout out, they're free, absolutely totally free, but you can slip something in like, and we've got Katie who'd love to hear I don't know, the Spice Girls. She's just on her way down to meet a team meeting with her Unique girls. Just get your name out there. Free local paper ads. I have my advert, which is my branding, you know, with my website and my telephone number in the paper every now and again. I don't know if you still get this, but we still get a free paper that gets delivered every Friday. If you don't get a free paper, you can actually pay to advertise in your local paper. If you can imagine, let me have a little look here. If you can imagine opening your paper like this, so you've got your paper like that, a section this big would cost you around about £40. And obviously if you can get it in at the weekend, I think it's a little bit more expensive, but even better. They normally put them maybe 3rd or 5th or 7th page in the paper, but you know, it's coppers and it's coming back from your reinvestment, because the bottom line is, for me, you've got to reinvest back into your business. When you pay your bills, guys, we all pay bills, whether you pay them online, whether you pay them via email, whether you pay them via PayPal, whether you take them to the post office still and do it that way, or the local Spar or the co-op, hand a Blitz card in there. If you do them online and pay via PayPal, put your website link in the comments. Simple little things like that. The more people, again, who can see it, the better. We've also got, I don't know if you can tell by my accent, I'm up in the northeast, I'm in County Durham. We've got a huge university up here, and there's the university that we've got split into about 15 different sections. And when my husband's home from work, he is top. He's so handy, I have to say. I haven't got a bad word to say about him. He's right behind us. We nip over on a lunchtime and we'll just stand there. So you're talking hundreds and hundreds of uni students, and we all know uni students are absolutely skinned. They're always skinned. So whether they're getting their own discount and stuff like that with their products, it's great to just stand there and hand out some leaflets to them. Whether they go in the bin or whether they take them home and then put them in the bin, it doesn't matter, because they've still seen them. Okay? Leaflets. Now, I don't have any to hand because all of mine have gone out and I'm waiting for some new ones with the new pictures on. But leaflets are huge. Absolutely huge. We all live in a house. We all live in a street. Have you, in the last month, walked up and down your street and handed out leaflets and popped them through people's letterboxes? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on a fortune. You're missing out on so many potential sales from something so simple and so easy to do. I've highlighted massively on my notes Sunday. I'm not going to look at the comments, because normally I would ask, why would you think Sunday would be the best day to do your leafleting? And the simplest answer is, the only answer is, you don't get post on a Sunday. Now, I don't know about you, but when I check my post, I have a pile of bills like this, and I kind of just go bill, junk, bin. Now, if your letterbox was to go on a Sunday, chances are you're going to be in, but more chances you're going to get up off your chair, you're going to go to the letterbox, you're going to pick it up and you're going to hold it, you're going to read it, and it's probably going to go on the unit. It's not going to instantly go in the bin with your pizzas and your takeaways and, you know, all of those kind of flyers that you get. So leaflet on a Sunday, walk up and down your local crescent. If you want to, get in the car and just take a drive out and just do it at a random street somewhere. Again, you can get your leaflets on Presenter Supplies. They do them on there, even if it's a Blitz card, or you can do price leaflets. I know there's a guy on Facebook, which I'll find the link and I'll hand it over to Leanne, who just does price lists. Obviously, as long as they've got your websites on there. And a top one that one of the girls on my team did not long ago, I can see their university. Yeah, universities are absolutely fab. Is she went into she went into Currys. And do you know when you go into a phone shop or into Argos or into the Currys and you've got all of the iPads all laid out, and obviously there's always kids playing on them, but go in and either take a photo of yourself holding one of your Blitz cards or change the screensaver to your website. Now, the amount of people who will come in and look at those, whether they're just playing on games while they're waiting for their partner to do their shopping, but they're going to see your website or they're going to see your photo because you've saved it as a screensaver. But failing that, at the end of the day, the shop staff have to reset all of those iPads and all of those phones back to the factory settings. So they're all going to see your details. So that was another one. And last but not least, on promotion, this is like another one that I do, is I want you to think about where you live. And I guarantee 9 out of 10 of you have got a high street. So you'll have like the local butchers, the spa, hairdressers. Every single shop on your high street should have a catalogue, and it should be recirculated every time we get a new catalogue, because every single shop on your high street has a staff room. So whether it's the hairdressers and you just want to leave it on the side there, they've got no excuse not to take a catalogue, because you're literally going to walk in and you're going to say, would you mind if I left a catalogue for your staff room? Put your details on the back. I'm not talking about leaving order forms. You don't need to go back in and collect them all again, because obviously we're trying to drive people to our website. But think about your high street and how many times you've drove up and down there and you haven't stopped to drop a catalogue off. Again, the catalogue's cost is going to come out of your reinvestment, which is something that I keep driving into you. If you aren't reinvesting in your business, you're missing out massively. So those are my top tips on promotion. Those are the things I do on a daily basis. So it doesn't matter where I am, I'm constantly doing something. You know, I'm constantly getting my name out there. Like, I'm known in the village as the local mascara and crazy lady, really, to be honest. I'll check that out, Saffron, in a second. You got into trouble. Do you know what? At least they've seen your website. Right, prospecting, which is part 2. So we've done promotion, we're talking prospecting now, which is talking to people. Shock horror. Oh my God. I feel a panic attack coming on, because how many of us do not talk to people about our business? The one thing that puts us off talking to people is we do not know what to say. So plan it ahead before you go out. If you know that you're going to the hairdressers, don't put your makeup on before you go. Take your makeup bag with you and just let the conversation flow. The one thing people ask you is, what do you do? Now, if you don't have a confident, clear answer to that, have a little think about it now. So I'm going to ask you now, if I was to say to you, what do you do? What would you reply to me? Do you know what you would say? Because if you don't, you need to think about that before you move into this section. The simplest, easiest answer is, I have an online cosmetics company, or I own an online makeup company, or I own an online international makeup company. It's as simple as that. You don't need to, I work from home and the kids and this. It doesn't need to be confusing. Very, very simply, I have an online makeup company. Oh, really? Also, what do you sell? Well, actually, have you got Facebook? Or actually, I've got a leaflet in my bag. If I just leave that for you. As long as you can start that first little conversation part up, it'll flow so much easier. Ideas of getting into places to talk to people. So you've got like local contact centres, you've got local factories, you can give them a ring. A lot of these places have, like normally towards the end of the month when it's their payday, they tend to have like stalls and stuff. I don't know if you've ever been in a contact centre or not before. Yeah, I work with cosmetics. It's an amazing mission. And that's always the answer. That's the easiest thing to say. Thanks, Mindy. That's brilliant. So you can ring all of these factories and contact centres. You can ask them if you wanted to. Do you hold, vendor evenings or vendor afternoons? If they do, fantastic. Or would you mind if I called in, or would you mind if I sent some information out? I would love to book a space. Most of them don't charge. If they say, oh no, we don't have one, just say, oh, that's absolutely fantastic. No bother. Thank you for letting me know. Would you mind if I sent out a catalogue for your staff room? Because you're always wanting to try and finish with, can I do this? Because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say no. But you'll never know unless you don't ask. Talk to people everywhere you go. Examples is, like I say, the hairdressers. So when you go to the hairdressers, don't have your makeup on, take your makeup bag. It's just a great conversation starter. At the checkout in Asda, you can say things to the checkout lady. I mean, I put a Facebook status on the other day. It was Friday, I went shopping and I walked up and down the whole of Asda looking for a checkout lady who I hadn't actually spoke to. So I now need a new supermarket because every single person goes, oh God, she's back. Oh my God, she's back. But a simple conversation, you can either pay with your unique card if you wanted to. That's a great conversation starter, especially because we don't have chip and pin just yet. You've got to swipe your card. And then they can say, oh, I've never seen one of them. Or, yeah, we've never had a swipe card for a long time. And you can like, oh, it's my commission card. I'm buying my shopping with my commission. Great conversation starter. You can just give her a compliment. The easiest thing in the world. Women love compliments. Obviously, you're going to aim for the women. I apologise about the dog in the bottom. Ladies love conversations. They love compliments. They love conversations as well, but they love compliments. Things like unusual, like I don't know if you've ever been in a bookies before, but again, just to make conversation, if you do happen to go and place, a football coupon or something like that, or the horses, the Grand National, I wish I'd placed a bet on our mascara selling 500,000 in 3 months. What mascara is that? Conversation started, it's open. But as long as you've prepared and you think about, right, well, I'm going to the fruit and veg shop tomorrow, what can I say? For me, I've been known to go into our local fruit and veg shop and say, I've bought 3 carrots and an apple and 1 orange. and, you know, saying something like, hey, I bet you think I'm crazy only buying one orange, I'm doing an experiment. What's the experiment? Because it just, you know, you're always leaving an opening with a question. So they wanted to make conversation back with you. And then obviously you would go in and just say, oh, you know, I'm doing an experiment on primer, you know, from the makeup that I sell. If you get no response, or you find yourself, because this is what a lot of people are quite worried about, starting a conversation and then getting a question asked back and then freezing and not knowing what to say, or the person you're trying to talk to doesn't respond to you, don't worry. Like, seriously, do not worry. If they don't talk to you, it's not the end of the world. Move on to the next person, or think about it, you know, what would I have said in another circumstance? Because 9 times out of 10, you come out of the shop and you think, wish I'd said that. Oh, I should have said that, but you know for next time. And I'm going to finish off, because I'm very conscious of time. I know we're trying to keep it within the half an hour, is PRS. So we've done promotion, which is getting your business out there. We've got prospecting, which is feeling confident and practicing on yourself. Practice to your children's teddies, practice to your husband, practice to your friends and family, of talking to real people, like, instead of hiding behind social media. People need to talk, people like to talk, and I think this day and age, it just gets totally forgot about. And then we've got customer service, which I am so passionate about. It is unreal. Now, before I move on to customer service, I want you to really, really, really think and be really, really, really honest. The last order you sent out, would you come back to you to buy more? Okay, now I'm just literally going to give you 5 seconds to think about that. Would you come back to yourself if you had just received your order and buy more stuff? Because if you took more than 5 seconds to think about that, the answer is no. You want your customers to receive their order and it feel like Christmas. Like, oh my God, look at this, it's amazing. You want your customer to get the order that they've just received in a photo and post it on Facebook or post it on Instagram. Oh my God, just got my order from the gorgeous Katie or the lovely Leanne or whatever. You know, look at it, and you want people to be able to react to that. So if you didn't answer yes straight away, this fits for you, okay? So I want you to have a little think. Now, I've been in customer service for like 15, 16 years, and there's a few things that I do which I think make my customer service experience stand out a little bit to the customers, which is why they're so repetitive and they always come back. I know Leanne mentioned earlier on, like, my PRS per month is around about 1,500 to 2,000, and that's steadily. I mean, this month it's dropped below that, don't get me wrong, but on average, like, I overcover yellow status myself every single month, and that's massive. So if you're sitting there and you do over 1,000 PRS every single month, give yourself a massive bloody clap, because it's a hard task. And when you see, oh, I've done 1,000 PRS, you think, oh, it's 1,000 PRS, but that's yellow. Like, you've just done yellow in a month. That's crazy. So well done. So customers for me, let me have a little look here. So customers for me, once they've received their order, they are contacted within 2 days. So the delivery comes to me on Wednesday. It gets to the customer Wednesday night or Thursday. Always try and get it to them the same day if you can. Obviously, if it's getting delivered, that's absolutely fine. You're going to send them a message or an email if they're not on Facebook. So obviously, if they've gone straight to your website, you're going to send them an email with a thank you video or a thank you voice note. And a video of the product that they've just got. This is a personal video. It's not something you're going to save to your phone. So if Sarah's bought a mascara, you're going to start your video off and you're going to say, hi Sarah, just want to say a quick thank you for supporting my business. I really, really hope you like your mascara. Here's just a quick few hints and tips to make sure you get the best out of your product. It's not like, oh, hello, my name's Katie. Thank you for your order. You know, this is how we apply the 3D mascara. It's personalized. It feels so much more special when people say your name. Like, seriously, it does. 80% of the human population are census people, which means they need to feel, felt, and found. They need to be able to see the item. They need to be able to feel it and smell it, because the visual. So to see something visual like that and to hear your name, you're instantly more receptive. So that's 2 days. They would get a personalised video from me saying thank you and a demo of their product or hints and tips of their product. 2 weeks in, they would go, how are you getting on? Because 13 days, not 14 days, you're going to contact them on day 13. That's absolutely fine, Holly. Hope the baby's okay. You're going to contact them on day 13 and ask them how they are, because if they're not happy, they still have 1 day for them to return it back to customer support. If you contact them on day 14 and you find they aren't happy, you're stuck. You've probably lost a really good repeat customer who probably would come back and buy more stuff, because don't forget you've already did your great service on day 2. If you find out on day 14 that they actually didn't like the foundation, it was the wrong shade, and it's too late for them to send it back, they probably aren't going to buy the lower shade. They're just going to stick with that and they're going to go back to their old stuff. So contact them on day 13 and ask them how they are. And then 2 months later, so we're talking 8 weeks, you're going to contact them now thinking of the product that they bought. Do they need a replacement? If they've bought a lipstick, obviously they don't need a replacement because it's not going to run out in 8 weeks. Recommend something instead. You know, hi, just checking everything's okay. I know you absolutely loved your lipstick. Did you know we've got this lovely lip pencil that matches if it's in a kudos, or if it's in a sale, or, you know, depending on what you're doing with it. You know, I've got it for X amount of money, or, you know, if you head over to my VIP group, would you mind if I added you? I've got a great deal on a lip liner that would match the lipstick that you bought, you know, back in February perfectly. So 2 days, 13 days, and 2 months. Those are the ways that you should contact them. Now, I have a book. I've actually got it on an Excel spreadsheet. Sorry about that. I've actually got it on an Excel spreadsheet because I am that bad. But there's a book as well that I have. I'll show you now. I'll flip it over and I'll show you. I have loads of different lines. It goes like that. So you've got their name, their product, their shade, you've got their paid, then you've got the 3 months where have you contacted them or not. So 2 weeks, 13 days, and 2 months. And it's just really, really easy to keep track of it. So if you've got bits of papers flying about all over the place, that's one thing that you need to get right back on with. Every single customer I have as well, I'm nearly finished. Every single customer that I have as well, I have an email address from them. I have their delivery home address, and I also have their birthday, because you can go to the pound shop and buy 10 birthday cards, which makes them 10 pence each, and you can send them a birthday card. Not a website link, not a voucher, nothing like that, just a birthday card. Just to show them that you are thinking of them, because if they've only ever bought one thing from you and they only ever were going to buy one thing from you, you sending them a birthday card instantly puts you back in their mind. They're going to come back and have a look at your website. Like, I don't even think that's failed yet. You know, it's little things like that. It makes you feel so special. I mentioned, well, I was chatting to the girls before, the one thing that makes customer service so special to me is a long, long time ago, well, it was my nana at the time, took me into La Senza. Now, I don't know if you've ever been into La Senza. It's an underwear shop. It's a very expensive, posh underwear shop. Well, it was to me when I was only just starting to work. And I vowed to myself that when I got my first paycheck, I was going to go to La Senza and I was going to go and buy some pants, because it comes in, I don't know if you've ever been in there before. You pick your pants and you pop them on the counter, and she puts them on some gorgeous wrapping paper, and she wraps them up, and she puts a sticker on the top, and she puts scented beads in. Then she carefully, she doesn't just like fold it up like this and shove it in the bag. She picks it up and she places it in a gorgeous like bag box, and then she'll close it together, she'll sticker it, and she'll ribbon it up. And I wanted that. I didn't want the pants. Like, they were expensive pants. Pants are pants to me, but I wanted the experience of having the box and walking about with the box and feeling special and knowing that, oh my God, look at this. And I think when I got home, I must have only been about 17. I think I must have opened that package about 5 times and put it all back together. And opened it and put it all back together. I think what they call it these days is the Apple experience. So going into Apple, you can buy an Apple charger from eBay for like £3 less, but people go to Apple to buy the Apple charger because they get the experience of being in there and having the great customer service. Another way I can explain it is, if you were to go to, I don't know, a restaurant, for example. There's a new restaurant just opened downtown, Frankie and Benny's, I think it is, and it's having its teething and problems. It's a new restaurant. If you were to go in there and you had an okay steak, are you going to come home and tell your friends, oh my God, I went to Frankie and Benny's on Friday, steak was okay, starters were cold, and the service was, they were quite busy? You're not going to go and tell your friends that. What you are going to tell your friends is, oh my God, I went to Frankie and Benny's on Friday. The steak was absolutely amazing. The cake, oh my God, you should have seen the size of the chocolate cake that I got. It was huge. That's going to make me want to go. If your friend comes and says, you know, I haven't got a bag here to show you, I'll show you my Birchbox bag. Oh yeah, I've just got a mascara from that Katie lady and she sent it in this purple organza bag. I would be like, oh, lovely. If this friend was to say, Katie's just sent me a mascara and there was chocolates in there and it was all ribboned lovely and there was lovely wrapping paper and there was, you know, little diamonds or something in the bottom that you can get in the pound shop. Remember, from your 20%, it makes it so much more special. So going back to the first question, would you buy products from yourself now? Thinking of how you deliver your orders, whether they're in wrapping paper or whether they're just, I mean, if you're using organza bags, there's nothing wrong with organza bags. There really, really isn't. I was doing that at the beginning and I thought I was the dogs because they looked amazing. But you develop yourself and you move on and you see how other people are doing it. So going right back to the beginning and thinking about, would you reorder off yourself if you just had one of your orders delivered? If you were hesitant, then the answer would be no. So that's one area that you need to look at, because that is the simplest thing you can do to totally change you know, the way that it works. I'm going to have a little look. You've never heard. Say you want to go to the centre, Mindy. You want some posh pants, don't you? I can see. And keep in touch with your customers. Voice notes are always better than just writing inbox messages. Send them an email. Send them a postcard. We do postcards on our supplies website in your back office. You know, I think there's something like 10 for £4 or something like that. Just not necessarily a, you know, how is your foundation doing kind of postcard, just a postcard with, you know, with a new kudos or a thank you or hope you're doing well or would be lovely to talk to you, something like that. People love to receive nice things in the post, as opposed to bills and you know, the average, you know, daily things that we get. So thinking about, one thing I want you to take away from each subject is your promotion. Are you promoting outside of Facebook? If you're not, rewatch this back when it goes back on the replay and take some more notes from things that you could be doing on a daily basis. Has the place where you work, has your staff room got a catalogue? If it hasn't, guys, that's the simplest things to do. Let me have a little look. Gift wrapping, as I say, is a massive, massive thing from customer service side of it. So the one thing I'm going to challenge you to, I know we don't do tasks and stuff like that, but the one thing I'm going to challenge you to is to have a little think about the 3 areas, the promotion, the prospecting and the PRS customer service, and take something from each section and work on it over the next couple of weeks. If your delivery skills isn't quite up there and you know you could do better, get yourself on Amazon or eBay, get yourself some wrapping paper, some nice bags, some stickers, you know, and just make it that little bit more special. Feel the confidence to go out and talk to people. The worst, well, there's nothing bad that's going to happen. The worst thing that could happen is you don't get a response. Well, in that case, that's fine. And we just do it again the next day. And then promotion, I want you to go out and do something different. You know, share some photos on your Facebook page, send them to Leanne or Katie so we can see them. Of you outside of Facebook doing promotion and getting your business out there. And I think that pretty much covers it from me. So I'm going to hand over to the gorgeous Leanne. And I think she's going to finish up with any questions.
That was a bad time. Sorry, I've been poorly since I've come back from Vegas. How amazing was Katie? Can you see now why I asked her to come on tonight? I was trying to think of who we could get talking about customers. Who can we talk about customers? Katie just absolutely nails every single thing. Like, who would even think about putting a banner on a car while she's shopping? Like, honestly, if you've not took any notes, even I've been sat here, you're never, ever, ever too busy to learn something new. Never be ignorant. Always learn, always grow, because you'll probably find that you have your own way of implementing things. But like Katie said there, if you take something from them 3 areas and you practice it over the next couple of weeks, your business will definitely improve. I'm just looking at the comments here. I've got 2 screens. I'm on double-sided screen here, so if I'm not looking at you, don't worry. I'm just having a quick. Has anyone got any questions for Katie? I know obviously she's fabulous. She's fab. Your tips are great. Can you see the comments, Katie? Can you see them?
One from Mindy saying 90% of my customers order online, which is very similar to mine. You've got no control over how it's shipped. Absolutely you haven't, but you have got control over how you follow it up. So whether you just send them an email to say thank you or you leave it to corporate to send them an email to say thank you, to me, that wouldn't be enough. I would have to, because you've got their address, I would have to send them something in the post, a little thank you postcard or a thank you letter, something personal from me, or even, you know, some samples that you might have.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say that's the one that stood up for me. I got these little I don't, because it's something after I heard Katie speak at Helen's event that I really, the follow-up, because the fortune is in the follow-up, the VIP experience for your customers are the ones that I've got coming back. So then each month you're not kind of panicking of where your customers or your orders or your PRS are coming through, because you've got like a long list of your loyal customers. I keep mine in a file. Katie obviously has transferred onto Excel, but as I'm in a notebook, as long as you can keep track of your customers so you know when to follow up, you've always got somebody to contact when the catalogue changes, when we release new products with the Kudos, is when we've got offers on some of the favourite products. You've always got something. And I got these little thank you ones that I got from Presenter Supplies that Katie said, and if I do have any orders off my website, like Katie just said, I'll pop them a little note in the post and just a thank you and stuff like that. They've not got, because obviously we all know how corporates send them, they just come in the box and they are nicely gift wrapped, but it's not got that experience that would perhaps keep them coming back. So if you're looking after your customers, like I've got customers now from 2 years ago, and they order something probably off me every 4 months probably. So you know, obviously you're going to get that customer build up and it's there. But thank you so much, Katie. Let's have a quick look at this. We've got the Presenter Supplies thank you card. Gift wrapping purple details. Do you use the unique purple, or are we free to do what we want?
Me personally, I use the purple. I get my stuff from presentersupplies.co.uk because it's the cheapest that I've found. I think you get something like 10 sheets of wrapping paper for £2 or £3, and it takes half a sheet to do a mascara, so you get quite a lot for your money. I know you can use whatever you want. If you want to go to the pound shop, obviously, if you're only new and you're not earning a lot yet, and you haven't got that much to reinvest back in, any wrapping paper will do, any bags will do. You can actually see in the top corner up here, there they are. Ready to go out there, and they've got little gift tags wrote with gold paper, with gold pen, which actually I've got here. Gold pen makes a difference. It's not just a pen. You know, there's these little chocolates that you can get off Amazon, which I'll find the link and I'll send it to Leanne. You know, they'll get 2 of them in their little order as well. Nice little gift tags.
Yeah.
So they're just writing on the bag.
Yeah, these are ones I got from Presenter Supplies. But again, if it's not something that's within your budget because you've just started, if you go to B&M, I get loads of stuff from B&M, Home Bargains, or if you go to even Poundland, and you can get the like the crepe paper, or Card Factory as well. That's another good one. You can get the crepe paper and the tissue that you can wrap it up in. And Presenter Supplies, if you keep your eyes out, they always do deals. So I always stock up when they've got, like, I think at Christmas they had all the 50% off. So I really stocked up, and I got like the little thank you stickers. I don't know if you can see them. And then that's like the wrapping paper that they do as well. But anything would work. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. You just spend what you've got within your budget. But I do agree with what Katie says. You do need to put a little bit back into your business to get more out of it. Let's have a look. I can buy purple tissue, dollar store. Thank you. Good advice. Licenza smelling bees. Yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up because we don't seem to have any other questions. But thank you so much, Katie, for taking the time to come on tonight and speak to us. And thank you, everybody, as well, who's joined us on the Monday evening. I hope you found tonight's calls useful. These links, because the chat's going to be closed down, I'll get all the links off Katie and I'll make sure they get posted into the relevant groups. So thank you so much for your joining us, and I will see you later.
See you soon.
Bye.